I love that we started recording right when the train went by my house. This is the Owner's Box. I'm Billy Koch, founder and managing partner of Little Red Feather Racing Club. Joining me, Michelle Yu, and the train is gone, thankfully. The rain is gone.
What rain? Did you have rain?
No, I'm just saying the train. We could have said
I
the
can
rain.
see clearly now.
She worked this morning. The rain is
Did
gone.
she?
Yeah. Last week, she worked with Midnight Bisu's son, who's named Bisu.
Okay.
And today she worked with the daughter of Mia Mischief. You think she's keeping good company?
Yeah. Is that intentional? Is she that good, huh?
I don't know.
I guess that's a bracelet we have to make
I
then.
get text every morning about her from Steve Asmussen. He just texts me a video every single morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the funniest thing ever. And at first I was like, do you do this for everyone? And he's like, yeah, because I kind of felt special. And then now, so I try to like write something back to get a little, hey, like, congrats on the big win with Society.
Right.
How's she doing? Good.
Good. Thumbs up.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Steve Asmussen is not a man of many words.
No, he's not. No,
so good luck with that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the
Hey.
show. We have a good show. Craig Dado is going to join us from Great Friends, who upset the Chosen Vron with.
They could be the most hated ownership group ever right now.
You think? Really?
No, I'm just kidding, because the Chosen Vron got beat.
What's the horse's name? I can't remember right now.
Raging Torrent.
Yeah, Raging Torrent.
Well, so we've had Craig on the show, but only in a official Del Mar capacity. We've never had him on as an owner.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I want to find out what happened with Del Mar.
Why they part ways?
Yeah.
Didn't we talk to him about that like 3 years ago?
I can't remember.
Oh, I think we did, but ask him.
Why would we have him on to talk about that when he wasn't? I don't understand. No, we're gonna find out. I want to go back in time.
Okay.
I'm in a mood today.
I don't know if I like it or not. I'm scared. Okay. 3 things of note then.
Yeah, what do we got?
First off, it was a huge day of racing on Saturday. It was Travers Day over in Saratoga. And over here, we did have a couple of good races, including Raging Torrent winning the Pat O'Brien, which was a win and you're in for the Dirt Mile, beating the Chosen Vron, who had previously racked up like 6 consecutive wins. He still ran good. He got beat in nose. And it was a big return for Senior Buscador on a speed favoring racetrack. He ran 4th, and then I think he was beat 10 lengths at the wire. And before the turn, he was 15 in front. Yeah,
he ran pretty good.
Yeah, people that are going to look at that race and not watch the whole effort from him are going to be.
Where does he go next? In like the Awesome Again or whatever that race is? That they
the California Crown, right?
California Crown.
I mean, that's what I would recommend.
Yeah. What do you think about this whole California Crown thing? Do we like it?
Well, we definitely have to give it a whirl, right? Because we want to bring new faces in and we want to try and open up racing to a broader audience. I think Pegasus Day has been very successful, making it a major showpiece of a day and then having a nice supporting racing card. So hopefully we get the support from the horsemen to have the good racing card that we're going to need for that. But we're definitely opening it up. If you guys like, hi, Mom. If you guys like Shabuzi, they're going to be Shabuzi's going to be performing at California Crown. And that's actually a segue.
Wait, who's Shabuzi?
They're like a country hip hop band.
I love that your mom's just doing laundry in the back of the show.
She's not. She's okay. So I have a wall of and I have all these books, and I want to put I want to make floating bookshelves, right? So since we moved in, I've had these books and these bookshelves here, but I haven't gotten them done because
Do you have Harry Potter 6?
Yeah, I need Harry Potter 6. I need Harry Potter 6. I've got 2 7s. I'll trade someone a 7 for a 6.
We need a 6.
I need a 6.
Do you
I know I have to have a 6 somewhere because I've had the whole set.
Do you read the Harry Potter books, or does your daughter read it?
No,
you love them.
I love them. I love them. Did you have a question?
I think you're a child.
Yeah, here. I am a child. I love Disneyland and all kinds of things.
You really are.
I love being a kid. What's wrong with being a kid?
There's nothing wrong with being a kid. I just think it's funny.
I do. I love crafting, and I go to Disneyland and I dress up and I know all the songs. And in my car when I'm driving, I'm listening to either a musical or Disney music generally.
What is your favorite Disney song?
Oh, that's such a good question.
You had one. You had to listen to it. I mean, you're on a desert island. And you have to just take one Disney song to listen to.
I really like I Had a Dream from Tangled.
Can you
or Gaston? Either one of those.
Can you give us a little bit of that? Can you give us a little bit of that?
Yeah, I'm malicious, mean, and scary. My sneer could curdle dairy. In violence wise, my hands are not the cleanest. But despite my evil look and my temper and my hook, I've always dreamt to be a concert pianist.
I love that.
It's cute. And then Gaston,
Cute.
right? Is Gaston. I love
What is
Gaston.
What's the Gaston song? Is that where she's walking down
Gosh,
the
you disturbed me to see you, Gaston, looking so down in the dumps. Every guy here loved to be you, Gaston, even when taking your lumps. There's no man in town as admired as you. You're everyone's favorite guy. Everyone's awed and inspired by you, and it's not very hard to see why. It's so good.
So
So
Beauty and the
anyway.
Beast is your big. You love Beauty and the
No,
Beast.
I do. My kids love Beauty and the Beast. It was probably one of my favorites growing up. But my personal favorite Disney movie is Tangled.
Tangled.
If we're
Interesting.
talking animated Disney movies, yeah,
That's Rapunzel.
that's Rapunzel with her little chameleon Pascal, who is my favorite Disney character.
Pascal. Okay, good to know. So good to know. Okay,
So I
great.
want to go to Japan because
I
they
mean,
have a
people who
Tangled
are listening
ride.
to the show or watching the show right now are either laughing or just shut us off immediately.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so back up.
All right.
So the segue was actually perfect. You'll have to get us that segue, but first we have to talk about the Travers.
Yeah.
Fierceness ran a banger. Torpedo Anna ran a banger. At one point, I thought she's going backwards, but all she did was kind of
Yeah.
like dip around and like make a run on the outside.
Yeah.
She lost nothing in defeat.
Nope.
I think she proved that was the right spot for her. Now
Yeah.
going forward, McPeak said we're going to go Cotillion and then Distaff with her, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But I love that they took the swing, and that was a huge move for me.
I thought the race was great. Really exciting. Fierceness proved his worth. I mean, he had a perfect trip, but we
That
say this all
outside
the time.
draw is so key for him.
We say this all the time on this show, and I'm going to say it again. Like, people go, "Oh, he had a perfect trip." Okay, you have to have a perfect trip a lot of times to win. You know, all those horses are very similar. I mean, and that's what it takes to win. And I'm gonna throw this for people who are listening too. A lot of times when you get the perfect trip, it's because you're good enough to be in the right spot. You're fast
Right.
enough. You know, a lot of times people say, "Oh, that horse got in trouble." Well, maybe the trouble was because the horse couldn't
Wasn't
accelerate
fast.
fast enough
Right.
through the hole and got shut off. Those are things that you have to look for, and those are the real subtle things that when you're handicapping, you got to look for, especially watching videos like. And I think those guys at Trip Note Pros do a good job of that. If you ever get that product, not that they're a sponsor, but Ryan Flanders does a good job at that. But yeah, credit to Fierceness and the commissioner and Johnny V and Todd Pletcher. I thought it was funny when Todd Pletcher got in the canoe.
Oh my gosh. I was like, "Is that really Todd?" Like, I had to,
Yeah,
like, open the
it was
picture
funny.
and zoom in. It
Yeah, it was
was
funny.
so good. I didn't know that it's stupid. I didn't know that you could actually get in them and they float. Like, I thought they were, like, show canoes, you know what I mean?
What the fuck is a show canoe?
I don't know, not a real canoe, like a fake
It's a
canoe.
real canoe.
Yeah,
All right.
obviously, because Todd got in
Yeah,
it.
and kudos to McPeak and the whole Torpedo Anna crew for giving it a shot. She ran awesome. I mean, I was screaming for her. I was like,
When she came back around, I was like, "Get
"Oh,
him, Anna, get
that's
him, Anna,"
awesome."
because
Yeah,
that's something so good for the sport, right? But one
absolutely.
more stride. One
Yeah,
more stride.
yeah.
Um Okay, so back to talking about California Crown and how it's opening people up and bringing in new faces. Thing of note number 2 is that we have a new face
We do.
in racing. We do.
Are
Maybe
we
you've heard of
showing?
him.
Are you gonna
Maybe you've
show
heard of him.
something, or
Or do
am
you
I
want me to
supposed to
show him?
guess?
Oh, yeah, you should guess.
What? I don't
You
even
should
know what we're
guess.
talking. A new horse, a new
There is a
face.
new owner in horse racing.
Oh, Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce!
Yeah, I forgot. He just
Super
signed a
Bowl winning
$100 million
tight end
deal.
Travis Kelce, who's also known as the boyfriend of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and he bought into a horse with Team Valor. I
Mhm.
heard. Yeah,
Swift Delivery is the horse's name.
unbelievable.
Gary Barber owns it with, Team Valor,
And now Travis Kelce.
and now Travis Kelce
Hey,
is
the more
is
the
in it.
merrier. We got to bring these high profile guys in. It's great for the game, and I'm all for it.
Now, so, Mark Casse trains Swift Delivery. He's a son of Not This Time, and he won a maiden race at Woodbine by 16 and a half lengths.
That's a lot.
And then he is supposed to run August 31st in the Toronto Cup. So
Love
we
that.
haven't quite got him to American racing, but I mean,
You like my coffee
Canadian
cup?
racing. Oh, yeah.
It's a B.
I like that.
You know what it's for?
William?
Balnikov.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Also, there was a girl on TikTok. She was like, "My boyfriend's dad has horses, and she named Swift Delivery
Oh,
before
really?
it got sold, before Gary Barber and Team Valor bought it, which is before
Nice.
Travis Kelce. But yeah, she has like a whole list of like the names that she picked out, and she was like, this is like from 5 months ago, right? That she posted it, and she had like all these names, and some of them were not appropriate names, and some of them were pretty good.
Can
And
I
then
hear
she
one of
had
the
a horse that she wanted
non-appropriate
to
ones?
name, huh?
Can I hear one of the non-appropriate ones? No,
Yeah.
it's okay. That's all right.
Do
No
you
one
want
wants to.
to? It's
No, I want to talk to Craig Dado, and I want
Schlong Garage was one of them that she had.
Long Garage.
Schlong Garage?
Schlong Garage? That's not good. That is not. By the way, this show is off the rails today. We got to warn Craig.
Yeah, right? That sometimes this kind of thing happens.
Yeah.
Let's see hold on. She had a name though that reminded me of chicken parm, and I said something to her about it. I was like, "Oh, my friend has a horse named Chicken Parm, so it
She got
fits."
claimed.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, are you sad? Or
No.
no?
No. I mean,
No?
listen. We talk about this. I'm going to go back on my soapbox for a second. If you put your horse in a claiming race and the horse gets claimed, you can't be sad.
You could still be sad, like,
Well, like I'm
you know,
always
if you
sad.
like
Like
the
I'm
horse.
sad that they're
Yeah.
leaving the barn, but I'm not like sad. Like, oh my god, someone claimed our horse. Ah.
Yeah. Well, Olivia does that sometimes.
Well,
Cries over
Olivia
a
is
horse.
also a
8-year-old?
9-year-old, 8-year-old. I am
8-year-old.
54 years old.
Oh, I still cry sometimes when I get a horse claim that I really like.
You do?
I mean, I get upset, not cry.
Maybe
Oh,
I'm like Alice.
Penne alla vodka is one she wanted to name.
Penne alla
Olive
vodka.
oil cake, spicy chicken wrap.
By the way, olive oil cake is really good.
Yeah, it
I
is.
think they have. I get it on DoorDash sometimes at one of
From
the
where?
like Tender Greens. I want to say,
Oh, okay.
or like someplace like that. I can't remember. Walker gets it.
Yeah, she has definitely some names that were not appropriate for,
Show is completely off the rails. What's point 3? Because I'm
Craig
sure
Dado's here. Craig Dado. Okay. Point 3 is that we're gonna have the Girl Power Continue Pacific Classic coming up at Del Mar. They've drawn that field, but they haven't drawn the rest of Saturday card. And Adair Manor is gonna be taking it.
Yeah, Adair Manor. You think she can win?
I do.
I do too. Like, it's not a
Yeah,
great
the field's
race.
not that great, yeah.
Not a great race.
All right, you ready to bring in our guest?
Absolutely.
It's the one, the only Craig Dado.
His hair is perfect. No, he wore a hat.
Put him in the middle.
What is happening?
It's morning hair.
You have the greatest hair in the world.
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
hasn't
you
been.
do have
It
really
hasn't been in
great
the shower
hair.
yet.
You have great hair.
I'm headed to the golf course, Billy. I got to protect my.
Where are you going? Where are you playing today?
Today I'm playing at La Valle.
Me too.
Oh yeah, what time?
12:15 and 12:20. I'm playing with all the jockeys.
All right, I'm at 11:08, so we'll see you.
Oh,
Wait,
well,
11:08 is like such a random time.
that's how they do it. They
Really?
do it
Like,
because
how
they
long
stagger.
how long do you get like on the first hole?
Like 10 minutes. It's like every 10 minutes, right, Craig? Something like
Yep,
that. 12
It's about right.
minutes.
It's about right.
That's what Craig's doing in retirement. He's owning horses
He's not retired.
from Del Mar. He's owning horses and golfing.
So let's go back in time real quick, because for years, how many years did you work at Del Mar?
I was at Del Mar for 20, and I was at Santa Anita for 10.
You're not that old.
I am. I'm 59.
He started when he was 18.
No, I started when I was like 27 or something like that. Yeah.
Really? And you were in the marketing department at Del Mar. You were cool as ever. You had the whole thing going. Like, listen, we don't have to delve into it too deeply, but at some point you decided to move on. And tell us a little bit about what you're doing now, or I know you were doing some of the website stuff. Can you tell us about that or no?
Sure. I founded a company about 5 years ago called Sports Injury Central. And basically what we do is for sports betting, especially for football, we tell people who's hurt, how it's going to affect matchups, and we're really, really effective at making people money. My partner was the team doctor for the Chargers for 17 years. So we've got a lot of really good insights. And for 3 years, I was able to work at Del Mar and work at this company. But then we just got too big, and I had to make a choice. And, I'd been in racing 30 years. I still love it. But I thought this was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. So I retired.
Speaking about that, how is Christian McCaffrey's calf?
He's fine. He would have played 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so there should be no worries because Michelle's in many fantasy leagues. I have a couple.
I draft
fantasy
tonight,
leagues.
actually.
You draft tonight, so don't worry. But what's your draft, Michelle? What position?
We don't find out until right before. We
Yeah,
don't get
that's
like
good.
Mhm.
I'm getting off topic, but the second best running back that you should keep an eye on is Breece Hall. The Jets are much better. They invested in their offensive line. He's second year off an injury. This is his year.
Really?
So would you go?
Right.
I have the
Thanks,
third
Chip.
pick in our draft, and I'm figuring it's going to go like McCaffrey, and then either maybe one of the wide receivers, CD or Tyreek. So I'm going to have a choice of like CD, Tyreek, Breece Hall, one of those three. Who would you take?
God, that's such a tough question.
That's the big questions you get on the owner's box.
Yeah. The safe pick, Billy, would be the other receiver you mentioned, whichever one doesn't go second.
Right.
Taking Breece Hall would be a ballsy pick, but I would kind of admire it.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Okay, I have a little kind of asterisk in my league because we play a 2 quarterback league.
What?
So we play a 2 quarterback league. So then we have to like think like, do you want to take like the best quarterback first and then have like
you got to take one early?
It's interesting. Sometimes you have to see how the draft is going. If the quarterbacks are flying off the board, you better get one. But if they're not, you can wait. I mean, there's really not a quarterback to reach for early this year. There's kind of 5 or 6 I would kind of group together.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
All right. I'm just going to take Craig's recommendation as my first pick, no matter where I draft.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Christian McCaffrey should be your first pick if you're first.
Craig, let's talk a little bit about Great Friends, and let's go back in time, because back in the day, Great Friends was really prominent at Del Mar. It was a group of, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a group that you got together with people in the area. You'd raise a certain amount. You'd go out of town a lot to take advantage of the ship and win. You'd bring horses in. Tell us about the original concept of Great Friends.
Well, I'm going to blow your mind, Billy. Great Friends started 17 years ago.
That's incredible.
Wow.
When did we do?
How long has Little Red Feather been? 20 something?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I syndicated my first horse in 91. If that says anything. Yeah. And Little Red Feather officially started, I believe, in 2000. So 24 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you remember when we started? I talked about it before we started. Yeah. So the whole idea was Scott Kaplan, who in San Diego is kind of a celebrity because of his radio show. He had the top sports radio show. And
because of Stable Wars.
Well, that was the second step. But the first
step was Wars.
You can still find some episodes. You see a young Billy Koch. Anyway. So Scott and I became good buddies when he was on the radio, and he wanted to learn about horse racing. And I showed him how to bet, introduced him to all the people like you, Billy, and he loved it. And he said, all right, I want to go the next step. I want to be an owner. And I said, well, do you have a lot of money? And he says, no, I'm broke. I don't have any money. And I said, well, do you have any rich friends? And he said, yes, I have a lot of rich friends. There you go. And I said, all right, well, let's do this. Let's get a bunch of your rich friends to put in 15, 20 grand each. I said, you can be the face of it. You could talk about it on the radio. I'll do all the work in the back end, and let's do it. And then we gave it a shot. That's what it is.
It's amazing. And you had a lot of success, and Great Friends was always a big deal because you focused on Del Mar. It was a specific focus. It was not like other partnerships. You said you would start raising money, looking for horses specifically for Del Mar. That's true?
Correct. We don't even think about it till June. Yeah.
Right. And then you'd run at Del Mar, and then after Del Mar, you'd kind of start liquidating your horses. It was almost like a 1-year thing, unless you had a really good horse.
Absolutely correct. So the plan is in December of every year, we liquidate every single horse and pay everybody back whatever's left.
By liquidate, it was like drop them in for a tag and let's
or sell them privately.
Well, because we're affiliated with the O'Neill Barn, that's been our trainer. He's got 1 million owners, and he's able to find someone to buy us out on every horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do.
And I feel this is not a dig, but I feel like once you left Del Mar, when that was 3 or 4 years ago or whatever you said, I can't even remember now. Really good thinking by my part. That Great Friends kind of it wasn't as prominent, and maybe that was because you were focusing on your business. But now all of a sudden, with Raging Torrent, it's like, oh, here we are again. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think you might be wrong. Actually, I mean, Scott. What show had moved to LA, so you didn't hear it on the radio as much. I wasn't around. You're right. But no, we've pretty much kept to the same script, same number of horses. It's just now we've stumbled onto a nice one. So you're like, oh, yeah, we remember those guys.
Craig Dado joining us here on the Owner's Box. So Craig, Michelle and
where do we get Raging Torrent?
So Raging Torrent, we had him last year as well, as a 2-year-old. We got to give all the credit to Steve Rothblum, who's Doug's top bloodstock guy, basically. And he picked him out of a sale for cheap. Just loved it. Loved the looks at him, brought him in. The other guy I got to give full credit to is Mark Davis. Mark Davis is one of Doug's new owners who I actually introduced Doug and Steve to. And he's into the game and he throws his money around pretty good. And because he's friends, he lets me buy in on the horses. He buys them in a sale as a 2-year-old in March, and then come June, Steve kind of says, these are the ones I like. And Mark lets me buy in. So it's a dream situation for us. They're test driven. They're ready to go. And of course I do pay a premium over what Mark paid, but he deserves that.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then when I need to sell at the end of the year, Mark will buy him back. Hopefully a horse like Raging Torrent.
So he's like leasing him to you almost.
Yeah. But I can keep him if I want to.
Right.
So, and how much do you own of Raging Torrent?
We only own 10% of Raging Torrent. Okay. But we've got a really nice 2-year-old as well, 2-year-old filly called So There She Was, who will be in the debutante. Another horse that great friends would never be able to have a piece of, if it weren't for Mark Davis. We've got this guy's not as good as the filly, but we got Ivan the Great, who's going to be in the juvenile turf race on closing day. Again, I would never be able to afford him. So Mark lets us in on these horses. And then I'm in on a bunch of, cheaper claimers as well, just for the action. So we actually have, right now we have 9 horses. So we're running we're running every week, sometimes 2 or 3 horses a week. And it's all San Diego guys, like you said, Billy. And we have good parties and we get to the winner's circle 3 or 4 times and it's a hell of a deal.
Do you miss working at Del Mar?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, I love the game, love the people there. The stress of, 3-4 years ago, it wasn't very fun, right? All the bad press and everything. It was really stressful. I couldn't even watch a race. I just would watch replay. I was just, because when we did have a horse get hurt, I mean, it was front page news, the news trucks roll up, the PETA protest. It was just a disaster. Right. And then COVID was no fun. So the timing for me getting out was kind of perfect. I had a great 20 years, but the last 3 or 4 just weren't very fun.
No, that makes a lot of sense, Craig Dado. Let's go back to the race the other day, because obviously you're taking on the Chosen Brawn. He's whatever he was, 3 to 5. What exactly was your thought when the Chosen Brawn came up at the quarter pole and looked like he was just going to roll by you?
That was exactly the way we drew up the race. We said, no, it really was. It was freakishly the way we drew it. We said, Senor Buscador's not in this to win. He's it's a workout. He's going to be way behind. He'll make a great run and finish 3rd. Well, he finished 4th, but it was just what we thought. We said, we are going to the lead. Our horse is just a 3-year-old. He's bigger and stronger. It seems every race.
He's back-to-back wins at Churchill too.
Yeah, those were nice. But he didn't race against anybody like the Chosen Brawn. Right. So we said we will be ahead turning for home. He will come to us. And Torrent's just kind of a son of a bitch. It's like we're gonna look each other in the eye and we'll see what happens. I mean, I did not predict we're gonna win, but I couldn't wait to see how he handled it, and I would have been thrilled with 2nd. And he's just like I said, he's a son of a bitch. He just dug in and said, "You're not getting by me."
That was
now.
Awesome.
I think this is interesting. He did secure a win year in birth to the Dirt Mile, but Doug said you guys are going sprint instead.
Yeah. So I think it's all up to Doug, obviously, but I think the plan is to cross enter and kind of see who's in each race. But the preference is definitely in the sprint. What the Breeders' Cup allows you to do, see, the sprint is $2 million and the mile's $1 million. We can take the $30,000 from the mile
and like supplement it into your.
So it'll cost us 30 grand it'll cost us 30 as opposed to 60.
60.
Right.
And I don't think we're automatically in like a win and you're in, but if you win the paddle run, I think you're getting it.
Yeah, you should get it.
You should,
I mean, there is a difference, 6 furlongs to 7 furlongs. The race the other day was 7 furlongs. The sprint is 6 furlongs. What do you think his best distance is?
7. I wrote a strongly worded letter to the Breeders' Cup asking him to move the sprint to 7 furlongs. And I haven't heard back. Haven't heard back.
That's good. Yeah. Who did you send it to? Drew?
Everybody.
Drew?
Everybody.
That's
Craig, I want to know what it's like to kind of like be at Del Mar when you're not like in a working capacity. Because for me, like when I come to races, I feel a little like if I go to the race at Santa Anita and I'm not working, I feel a little weird, like almost like I don't know what to do with myself. Was there an adjustment period, or now you're just like, haha?
First year was bizarre because every employee I ran into, I worked with. So it was just strange. You know what makes it better? What's the word I'm looking for? Tequila.
My man. Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try that, but maybe not with tequila. I don't like tequila.
Yeah, there's a lot of tequila in our suite. We have in our suite up on M with Doug and I own together with a few other people.
Yeah. How many people are in Great Friends?
We have about 17 shares sold, but a lot of them are teams and people together, and who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
It's like just a party every time everyone comes out. You're like, hey, the horse is running. We're all going to show.
We try to, yeah. I mean, you know how it is though, Billy. When the horse runs fifth, everyone, it's not such a party. But
tequila.
Yeah. Do you get the same thing? This is what I get. I always get like we're like 10-1 and we run fifth, and like I'll get a lot of what happened?
What happened?
Yeah. And I'll be like, well, we lost, we weren't good enough. I don't know. Everybody wants that excuse, you know what I mean? Do you have to do that? Are you a little bit like, do you have to answer to people?
I'm a coward now. I used to watch the races down there just outside the winner's circle where all the other owners.
Yeah.
But after we lose, which you lose most of the time, you got all these eyes on you. Then it's kind of the walk of shame back up to the, so now I just watch the races up in the suite. It's like, I don't want to be around anybody because we're going to lose most of the time. So I watch them with Doug. So when we lose, I can look at Doug and say, what happened?
Yeah. That's beautiful.
That's hilarious. I love
it. You have a couple of big weekends coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, in the debutante, you'll have to face Noonie. That seems really
Noonie
fun.
And vodka with a twist.
Yeah,
I think we'll probably be fourth choice, maybe third choice. I mean, as you guys know, with these 2-year-olds, they're different horses every race, so you just don't know. She's really nice. She still has not learned to change leads.
Yeah.
So once she figures that out, that's probably worth a length or two, maybe. So who knows?
I don't know if you do previews or you talk to people, but it is one of those interesting things because you represent a group of people, and I'm sure you talk to them all before the race. Are you more of a kind of a rah guy? Hey, we got a chance. Like, I really like this filly. Or are you more kind of like, you know what? This is a tough race. Which guy are you, Craig Dado?
I'm honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I play both sides. I look back at my write-up on Raging Torrent, and it was pretty positive. I was saying,
can you read it to us?
Yeah, read it to us. Read it to us.
I don't have it in front of me, but it basically laid out. I said, look, we're going to the lead.
It's like the Chosen Braun is just a Calbred. We're going to run him
just a Calbred. No, but I made it. I want people to understand how good Chosen Braun is and what we're up against. And a second or third place finish would have been awesome, right?
Right.
So you don't want to set yourself up for defeat. But I kept saying, like Doug says, this horse is better and better and bigger and stronger and working like a freight train. So who knows? Let's take a shot. We had another horse running that day earlier on, I think in the 5th, who I definitely thought was going to win, who I really hyped. And of course, he ran 6th and got played.
That's horse racing. It's nothing humbling, right?
Wait, we missed you last night.
What was last night? The draw party.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What
was it?
The Ferreros.
Oh, Lou and Judy. Yeah.
We had
I got the invite. I got the invite too late.
We had the nicest dinner. It was very nice. Yeah.
Oh, hold on, let me check. Oh no, I didn't get the invite to that.
No, you didn't get invited to that. No, they love Dado and they love Scott Kaplan and they were the Ferreros are really, really nice people, and they were part of Great Friends and Little Red Feather, and we had a nice dinner last night. And I said, where's Craig Dado? And they were like, he couldn't come.
Well, I got the invite like the day before. I had something on the calendar. So, Michelle, did you go to the draw?
No.
I
did not. No. I actually had to come home because my kids started school.
All right, let's talk about Pacific Classic though, Craig. Who's your?
I don't really have an opinion.
Can Adair Manor be
pro Adair Manor or against Adair Manor?
I think I'm with her, but I haven't seen the numbers to really have an educated opinion. Let's be honest, it's not the flashiest Pacific Classic ever. But it's a good sized field, so it'll probably handle a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's what's important.
Do you have anything running on Classic Day, Billy?
We do. We have Balnikov against Gold Phoenix in the Del Mar Handicap, and Gold Phoenix going for his 3rd straight.
That's crazy.
Del Mar Handicap, which is crazy, which we don't think. We looked at the Del Mar history books, and we don't think well, first of all, no one's ever won the Del Mar Handicap 3 times. We were looking for a horse that's won the same stake 3 times in a row, and we were struggling. I think we have to go way back. And
Call
then
Dan
we have
Smith. Dan Smith will know.
Dan Smith. I'm going to remember that. And we have Conclude going in the Del Mar Mile. And then
That horse is going to crush.
We like Conclude, and then we have
that horse has been working so good every week.
He's been working really good. And then we have Elm Drive at Kentucky Downs in the $1.5 million Ladies Sprint.
Wow, that's exciting. Cool.
It's a big weekend. Yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun at Del Mar. Craig Dado, you are the man. We appreciate you coming on today, and good luck with these last couple weeks at Del Mar with all the great Friends horses, and congratulations on the Breeders' Cup. I mean, that's a big deal.
We've only done it once before.
How much tequila are you going to drink at the Breeders' Cup?
No, see, that's just it, Michelle. It's not quantity. It's quality. You don't drink it to get drunk. You just kind of
sip it.
Kind of keep it. Just keep
That's
it.
because it tastes terrible and you can't drink that much.
Do you have Veuve up in the suite? Because that's what Michelle likes.
Yeah, that's
a little champagne. She likes
to be arranged. No, we're not champagne drinkers up in the suite, but it can be arranged.
You should see what I should carry my computer and you can see my wine cabinet. It's all Veuve.
All Veuve. Doesn't even have one. Craig, go get him, man. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Craig. Appreciate it. Have a good golf game.
You got it. See you guys.
All right, bud. Bye. Here on the Owner's Box, and a lot of fun. That was fun.
He's great.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Craig is my birthday brother. We had the same birthday.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Craig and I.
But he's a little older than you, kid.
Barely.
Yeah. Do we have any reads we have to do?
No, nothing today. So I will just real quickly pull up what's coming up at Del Mar this weekend because I didn't have.
Yeah, well, I just gave a little preview of our horses this weekend. GFP going for 3 straight. Can you do it, Michelle? Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Oh.
Who else is in there?
Balnikov.
Yeah.
I don't know who else.
I don't know who else.
They enter today. So we're
doing
It's
very annoying that they drew the Pacific Classic and not
the rest of the races.
Why
can't we be like everybody else and do it a week out? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Can you look into that? Can we have that as a show topic next week?
Yeah, we'll get someone on. How come we can't?
I don't like when you bring up the Del Mar screen.
What? You don't?
No, you can't read it. You can't see it.
Oh, you can't?
No, just tell us what it is.
All right. So coming up this weekend, Thursday, we have regular racing. Friday, we have racing and a happy hour. Don't forget that first post on Fridays is now 3 o'clock. On Saturday, we have the Grade 1 FanDuel Pacific Classic, the Grade 2 Del Mar Handicap, the Grade 2 Del Mar Mile, the Grade 3 Green Flash, the Grade 3 Torrey Pines.
Big race.
We have Daybreak at Del Mar on both Saturdays.
Hosted by Michelle Yu, if you'd like to hang out with her.
Sunday, we have the Del Mar Derby, Grade 2, and the Shared Belief. It's also Family Fun Day this Sunday. And that is free admission for kids. And we've got all kinds of activities, the rock climbing wall, the game zone, face painting, food trucks, bungee trampolines, like all that stuff. Sunday.
Are you going to this?
I guess so.
Are you taking your kids?
No, just me.
And
then, I'm taking my kids. And then Monday, we have racing also.
Yes, Monday. Holiday racing.
The Tranquility Lake and the Generous Portion Stakes. So we have a full 5-day race week. And I do want you guys to note that Thursday, first post is 2. Friday, it's at 3. But here on out, the regular race days start at 1:30.
Saturday, this weekend, 1:30?
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good to know. I didn't know that. This is the kind of information you get on the Owner's Box. That's what I'm telling you. All right? So and I think we're going to do a show with Pete Fornatel, a little preview, right?
Yeah. Is that tomorrow we do that or Thursday?
Yeah. I think it's tomorrow. Michelle, you're the best. Everybody, I cannot believe you actually watch and listen to this show. It is amazing. Thank you to all the fans. Heart. Oh, I was on FaceTime with my wife.
Yeah.
And I did this and little hearts started showing.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to try it now.
Yeah, it's wild. And she was like, "This is crazy. What they are? How are they doing this?"
That's super cute. I like that.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.